CitySquare's External Affairs team has had a busy first quarter in 2019. It began with the launch of our new website, CitySquareAdvocacy.org, where staff, neighbors, and supporters can go for videos, handouts, updates, and information on our latest progress and projects. January also brought the beginning of the state legislative session. External Affairs staff executed a campaign to keep neighbors in Dallas and lawmakers in Austin informed and mobilized around our 2019 priorities. Those priorities include increasing access for our neighbors to healthy food options, affordable health care, affordable housing, and early childhood education. During the past 4 months, CitySquare's team has been working to track more than a dozen relevant bills while providing staff and community members with regular updates. On February 21st, together with the Anti-Poverty Coalition, CitySquare held a community briefing at St. Luke Community United Methodist Church. More than 100 people attended, representing allied organizations across Dallas, united to push forward on our common legislative interests. Then, on March 6th, nearly 24 staff from across CitySquare gathered in the pre-dawn hours at our Opportunity Center in South Dallas and traveled together to the state capitol in Austin. There, they spent a full day meeting with state lawmakers, advocating for action on legislation that will impact our neighbors. The 2019 Texas Legislative session ends Monday, May 27th. Read more about our work and sign up for updates at CitySquareAdvocacy.org. Next, the Second Chance Community Improvement Program, or SCCIP Court, is a 9 to 18-month pre-trial diversion program for felony and misdemeanor offenses. Founded in 2016 by the Dallas County Public Defender's Office in partnership with the Dallas City Attorney's Office through a grant from the U.S. Department of Justice, the program was recently moved to CitySquare. Case manager Melita Strong, as part of the External Affairs team, works with community partners to keep first-time offenders out of prison and on a path to success. On March 15th, 3 neighbors graduated from the program, meeting the intensive requirements for having their criminal records expunged. Expunging a criminal record opens many opportunities to young first-time offenders. Such opportunities include housing, employment, college enrollment, car and home loans, and more. Also, newly a part of the External Affairs team is 4 Oak Cliff, whom we are working with to develop a nonprofit grocery store in one of Dallas's most well-known food deserts. External Affairs team of activists and organizers have mobilized during the first quarter of 2019 to gather feedback throughout Oak Cliff using community meetings and individual surveys. More than 400 local residents were engaged to provide guidance and feedback on what matters most to them as the nonprofit grocery store moves into the next planning phase. As part of CitySquare's long-running Urban Engagement Cinema series, the External Affairs team partnered with the filmmakers of Rigged, the voter suppression playbook, to host an exclusive screening of the new film. Narrated by Jeffrey Wright, the documentary outlines 10 major steps being taken to suppress minority votes in Dallas, across Texas, and around the country. More than 100 people attended the film, with Reverend Gerald Britt hosting a panel after the screening to discuss voter suppression with Dallas leaders Windsor Barbie and Hector Flores. Finally, External Affairs began the development of the CitySquare Studio in January and continued throughout March. The space and equipment available through the studio has allowed the External Affairs team to begin filming our monthly Urban Engagement Book Club meetings, as well as launch the Urban Engagement Podcast, where Reverend Gerald Britt brings monthly guests in to talk about issues and events impacting our neighbors. As summer approaches, CitySquare's External Affairs team is just getting started. Visit CitySquareAdvocacy.org to learn more about our work and join us in the fight against poverty.